Hey guys, thank you for joining me today. So I will be doing some cleaning on this guy, the vacuum that you see. It's Hoover whole home cleaning with the whole house rewind model, I believe it's called. Yeah, you can see it right there, whole house rewind, and it's by Hoover. It's yeah, it's quite dirty. So it's been overdue cleaning, so I'm going to be doing that, and I'll show you how to clean the rollers. I'm not going to take everything apart. I may have to do kind of two parts video. So today I'm going to be focusing on down here, because that's where you have to take things apart to clean. So I'm going to be showing you that. As far as cleaning this cup right here, this container that you see right here, this comes off from this handle right here. You take this off and you clean the filter that's inside here. So I'm going to be showing you that in a separate video. For this one, we'll be cleaning the roller. Alright, so what I got here, what I would recommend that you do if you have similar project, I guess, is, see, I laid down this piece of sort of plastic that I have on the carpet. The weather is kind of cloudy and rainy outside right today, so I won't be able to do this outside. Otherwise, normally I would recommend that you do this. If you have option, do that outside. So yeah, I would say just lay something down there so you don't, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out from when we clean this roller. And I'm going to show you, let me see the tools that I got here. And let me just adjust the angle so you can see the tools that I got here. Alright, and the tools that we're going to be using. Hopefully you can see them. Let me just back this off a little bit. Okay, so as you can see right here, I got some gloves, a mask. It doesn't have to be N95. I just happen to have that one around, so I'm going to be using that. I got a dustpan, a brush, and any kind of glasses or safety glasses if you don't wear glasses. So this way the dust doesn't get in your eyes or anything when you're cleaning. Because as I said, you know, when we clean this the roller, there's going to be, I don't know if you could probably see some of it. These are the white stuff at the bottom, like a right behind the text there. Yeah, so that stuff is like a fine powder basically. So you don't want to get that in, you don't want to breathe that stuff in or get that in your eyes or anything when you're cleaning, you know, once they start going around in your ear. And then I got a screwdriver. It doesn't have to be this exact one. I just happen to have this long bit, so I'm going to be using that. But any a Phillips screwdriver would do for this model. I got a little tray here to put the screws so I don't lose those. And here's the bag. It's a paper bag, and then I got a plastic bag inside here. This is for the trash basically. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to put all the gloves and everything on, and then we'll lay down the vacuum. I have laid the vacuum down on the floor there in the plastic, and just want to give you fair warning, these it's not going to be pretty sight to look at it, so just want to let you know this is the reason why we're cleaning this. So you can see the bottom right there. It's what, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see the roller. So that's the bottom part right there that needs cleaning. Alright, and it's gonna be kind of tricky for me to talk while I have this mask on and cleaning, but I'll do my best so you can hear me well clearly. So, I mean, with my screwdriver point, what are you going to be looking at it? So as far as taking things apart, we'll definitely be taking, there's a screw here, 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 here. So I don't know if you, well, there's a writing that tells you what kind of screwdriver you need and what screws to take apart. So let me see if I can zoom in there a little bit so you could get a better so I don't know if you can read it because it's kind of upside down, but it says to remove, use screwdriver, and there's a picture of a screwdriver right there, and then it's got little arrows pointing at the screws that you need to remove. And it, as a matter of fact, it has numbers on them as well. So there's a number 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a number 5 right here. And all the way down, you can see it. Let me see if I can point it. Right over there is the number 6. So those are the screws that we're going to take in. So this frame will come off. And once this frame comes off, we'll be able to release this roller here. There's a belt that goes on the side, and that will free up the roller, so it'll be a lot easier to clean. Alright, so now I have all the screws, there are 6 of them. So I got all 6 screws out, and I'm going to take this off. It should just come off like that. There are no clips, nothing that holds this in place. So once you have the screws out, it should just come off. If it's never been opened before, you may have to kind of pry a little bit in the corners or whatnot, but it shouldn't be a big struggle. There are clips, but again, you know, they're not to the point where you need to really pull so hard or pry on them. So there's a clip right here on the top, but that just goes at an angle. So there's no holes or anything here to push them down because it's not necessary to do so. So as you can see right here, it's quite filthy right here. Yes, I'm going to be, now this stuff here, I'm probably going to wash this thing. So because there's a lot of powder stuff. If yours is not as bad, you could just brush that off. This one is kind of, you know what I was saying earlier, because of all this wet, part of it, the moisture in it got kind of stuck to it. So I'm just gonna wash this off. Some of it is actually coming off as I shake it, but yeah, I don't want to get this into the air. So I'm just gonna leave it on the side here. There are screws here. Got a dustpan in the position. I'm going to get some of this dust into one place. There you go. And again, yeah, this is, I should have cleaned this a long time ago, but I just never got around to it until I had this emergency where I needed to clean it. Okay. Yeah, the filter is overdue cleaning as well. The good thing about this vacuum is when your filter is clogged, and I'm sure it's kind of true of other brands as well, where it lets you know that the filter needs cleaning. So there's a little indicator that comes on up on the top. So I never had to take this off, but there's a little clip here. I don't know if you could see it. You should be able to see it. You just push down on it and it drops like so. You can actually pull this out I'm going to wash this as well. So I'm going to put that on the side. And I do recommend, even if you're not making a video for YouTube or anything, just kind of, if you have an option, I would say just at least take pictures as you are taking things apart. So it kind of helps you remember where things came out of, or you could, if you happen to have the same exact model, you could reference to this video. Alright, so I think I got majority of the large pieces of, again, I don't want to disturb too much this dust, and then you have that going around in the air, so I'm going to leave it alone for now. I'm just going to try to free up this roller, and as you can see right here is the rubber belt that, you know, spins this roller. Alright, so there's two notches on the side where it just kind of goes in. Again, it's pretty much being held by these two corners and with the help of this belt. So let's see if you can just pull it. I'm going to grab this and pull it, as you can see right here, and it comes off like so. I'm just going to slide it out of the belt, and there it is. There's our roller. So this square goes right into this slot on the side here, and then he's got so that's kind of stationary. It's the middle piece that kind of turns, not the ends. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to free up, clean out all this hair, this whatever little bit is left, and then I'm going to, I don't know if I need to really wash this. I may use a kind of one of those wet wipes and just kind of wipe it up. I don't think it really needs to be washed. Yeah, so I'll just use a wipe on this. I'll put that on the side right there. And yeah, that looks horrible. That's disgusting right here, what you see. So I'm going to be cleaning that out. Careful with the belt. So I'm going to actually roll it back and kind of tuck it in here so it doesn't get pulled or damaged in any way. Just going to leave it in there. I'm going to zoom in a little, bring the camera in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better as I clean the inside. I think I may need some kind of a scraping device for this, because this stuff is kind of, like I said, it's quite stuck in there. There's some in here as well. Now if you scrape this, because this is, when you vacuuming, this is where the stuff goes into this hose right here. So once I scrape this inside, and then when I turn on the vacuum, that should take care of it, removing that stuff. Alright, so I got a couple options here for scraping. I have this kind of, so these are actually one of those popsicle sticks that you could buy in the craft store or Dollar Tree. I had a bigger one than this, so this is not as wide I wanted to. Right now I didn't have time to look for them, but I do have a bigger one, which is kind of like, if you put, it's almost like if you put three of these together next to each other, it's that wide and a little bit longer than this guy that I got here. So, but so this is the option one that I could use. I'm gonna see if that works. Option two is I got this flat, long, flat screwdriver. Now I'm not gonna be using this directly on there because that's definitely not a good idea. So you could either get some kind of wrap something on the tip here so it doesn't scratch. You could use a rag or one of those thick wipes onto it, and you can scrape it like that. First I'm going to try with this one. and if it doesn't work, because it may not work because it's not really as sturdy, so it might break as I'm scraping it. So we'll try this first, and if it doesn't work, then I'll try the screwdriver. Okay, so now you can see it, what it looks like after I cleaned a little more thoroughly. I just happened to notice there's some stuff on the belt, so I'm going to get that off. But yeah, so after scraping off with these and with a little bit of help from my long screwdriver here with the flathead, I was able to scrape off from all these areas with this pretty much, and then use one of these cleaning wipes, and it just started coming off. I didn't have the way it's cleaned up. If you do need to, I haven't had the need to do this, but yeah, if you do end up needing, sometimes you have to replace this belt over time. It wears out. Belt here. I don't know if you can see it right here. Let me see if I could get a better angle. But there's a number right here. So you can use that information to order a replacement belt if you need to. If you ever need to, actually. I haven't had a need to do that yet, so. But I figured I might as well just point it out in case you. So there's a square right here. So you just align that in the slot here on the side. So you would go like that. So I would say feed in the left part, like so. Then get the belt on. And now you're gonna feel some resistance because the belt is on now. So I would just slide it over like about here. Let me see, just want to make sure you can see it right there. And then align the square here on this side as well. You may have to pull on a little bit on the belt when you feel the resistance. Let's see. Oops, my finger almost got caught in here, so be careful. Because yeah, the belt, the tension, my finger almost got caught in here. I got it out just in time. But you see how this side here popped out. So yeah, once you get this angle in, the belt is gonna want to pull the roller in. So then you should just slide back in, and then you could adjust the belt right on the center right here on this little piece. There's a screw here as well, so I guess if you need to replace this roller, you could do that by taking out the screw, and that would, I guess, remove that piece. I haven't really played around with that screw, but I just happen to notice one right now. Okay, and then you got this piece that's gonna go like so. This is gonna go right here, right? So what I'll do is I'll put this one on first. So remember to put this back on, there's a clip here. You're just gonna press down on it, and there's a hole right here. Before that, just align this little sort of hinge, I would say, if you would. Yep, and it just kind of stays. It doesn't really lock, anything. It just kind of, I guess, it keeps it in place once you have that on. But yep, so you're just gonna push on it, and it goes on it, and it should be free. There it goes. And then we'll get this piece on. Same thing. Just gonna align things carefully around the belt. There's this piece right here, metal piece that you can see right here. That belt is going to be right against that, so it doesn't damage the belt, and I guess it also keeps the belt in sort of place. So the belt goes right through here. So you're going to align it like so. Again, there are no clips or anything, so you probably wouldn't hear anything. The only clips there are here, but it just kind of collides in. It's not something that you have to clip in or use a lot of force. So I could already see that it's securely seated. I'm going to start putting the screws on. Anytime I put the screws back on things, electronics or whatever, maybe, I always tend to go in cross pattern, so it's just one of those things that I do. So I'm gonna go like that. If you have a different preference, I guess you could go different ways, but I'm gonna go like that. Because the reason you do that in the cross pattern, well, the reason that I do that is so it pulls evenly in each direction as you tighten things. Just gonna check all the screws now. So make sure they're tightened all the way now. This I may not reach it, but it looks like I already checked that one. But let's take a look. Oh, one more down here before I switch out the bit. Okay. Where is my bit? Right here, actually. So just gonna check this. Okay, so it's tightened now. So is this. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Alright, so here's the upright view of once I'm done. You can see right through here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yep, there you go. See, now you can see it. Well, you have a comparison from the before, and this is the after. Alright, thank you for joining me, guys. If you have any questions, comments, please make sure you let me know in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next one.